The Protestant Reformation. A truly beautiful thing. I'm going to teach you a little bit about the Protestant Reformation. You see, it basically took place during the Renaissance, of course. During the 1600s, it was a very important event that took place where a Roman Catholic monk named Martin Luther noticed a lot of problems with the Catholic Church. Like, people could pay money to commit adultery and do other sins of the kind of sort, like stealing or any other sin, pretty much. And it was just flawed. And the people couldn't get copies of the Bible or read it for themselves because it was not translated to the proper languages, and the Catholic Church wanted to have more control on opinions and beliefs of the people in the church. Martin Luther was a leader of the church, but not the only one, although he was the one to start it all. There was other leaders that had many of the same beliefs as him, and the main ones were Huldrych Zwingli, the weird word, who was a contemporary of Martin Luther and led the Swiss Reformation. Zwingli had drawn many of the same conclusions Luther had about the church in that time period. John Knox was the main leader in Scotland and was also a very influential reformer in England. John Knox was another person, but in a different situation, and reformed when he was convinced when he went to John Calvin's school in Genoa. John Calvin was another very influential leader during the Protestant Reformation. He started a lot of churches around that soon turned into Calvinism churches, and he started a school in Genoa and taught mainly about the sovereignty of God while still teaching the moral things that Martin Luther taught in his churches. Martin Luther, who is the most well-known leader in the Protestant Reformation and is one that encouraged others to stand up. Martin Luther met Frederick the Wise, a powerful and wise ruler, while he was teaching the monk business in Wittenberg, Germany. Friedrich had a huge role in the politics of the whole Roman Empire, and he stood up for Martin Luther and backed him up many times, which saved his life many times as well. Martin Luther was an eye-opener to the people of the Roman Catholic Church by showing them the problems and other flaws with the church, as well as motivating others who realized that the flaws were there, well, he did, to stand up and do what they believed. After a while of reforming, quite a long period of time, if you come to think of it, a couple years, he was just booted out of the Roman Catholic Church by the priests and the Pope. But many of the people in the Roman Catholic Church joined Martin Luther along with many humanist and secular people, which made up what they called the Protestant Church. You even see the effects of the Protestant Reformation now all across the world, even in places where Christianity is illegal, like in China. We know today here in North America, where we have so many Protestant churches, this is one of the most popular religions where we have lots of people here in Canada and USA. We see the world now in a different way than we used to look on it. We can understand a lot more problems that people have because of Martin Luther, and if people want to try and control us. And this all started as a small stand and grew into a great revolution, the Protestant Reformation.